tariffs are bad, but and they're being applied for every kind of dumb reason, and they're putting special ones on wind turbines and solar panels and Indian solar panels, and but so that's craziness in many ways, as every economist that doesn't literally work in the White House has said over and over and over again. But in some ways, that's the least of it. The most of it is what's been happening off the coast of New England the last couple of weeks. We're now, as you know, shutting down 90% complete, in the case of Vineyard Wind, actually producing power, wind farms. Never done anything like this. It's as if, in the 19th century, we'd dug the Erie Canal and then just said, no, forget it, we're going to just keep using wagons instead, It's insane. And if it stands, I guess that someday this will be like a mysterious marine Stonehenge that archaeologists will try to figure out, why did these people build these elaborate platforms off the coast of Massachusetts? What were they planning to do with them?
Then they went extinct.
Yeah, 500. The Revolution Wind off Rhode Island would have supplied 500,000 homes worth of electricity. So we all are going to get to pay for that. The price of electricity in America is already up 10% this year. That's what happens when you increase demand, when you say we're going to build every data center that Mark Zuckerberg could ever think of, and at the same time constrain the supply. Say we're going to build none of the cheapest and fastest, easiest to build electricity. You do not need to be a Nobel laureate economist to know that when you increase demand and restrict supply, the price goes up. And it is going up already, and it's going to go up a lot more. But the reason that they're doing it is, I'm afraid, painfully obvious. Our energy secretary, Christopher Wright, spent his career in the fracking business. As I pointed out already, their natural gas deliveries to California are down 40% in the last 2 years. They're desperately afraid the same thing might happen in New England. They're going to make sure there's no electricity available from offshore wind, so you're going to have to build. Poor Maura Healey's going to be caught in this vice where she has to approve new natural gas pipelines just in an effort to sort of keep the lights on. So it is outrageous. And it's also outrageous. At some level, I remain a patriotic American. I grew up in Lexington. My summer job was giving tours of the Battle Green, telling the story of the Revolution over and over and over again. I believe, and so it irks me mightily to watch us delivering the future to China. It's not that they're eating our lunch. We've sent a crew of red-hatted waiters over to China to serve them our lunch. It's just insane. This stuff was invented here. The first commercial wind turbine in the world was 30 miles south of my house in Vermont in the 1940s. But our kids and grandkids are going to live in a world where the Chinese completely dominate the economy because they have endless supplies of cheap energy. And we're going to get to be, if all this keeps happening, which we will do our best to prevent, but if it does, 10 years from now, if you're able still to get a tourist visa to America, you'll be coming to visit the, colonial Williamsburg of internal combustion. People will show up to see how they ran things back in the olden times. It's so crazy